Haunting baby crying mystery. I never believed in urban legends until the first night I heard the baby crying through my apartment vents. It was a thin, desperate wail, echoing softly from somewhere in the building, and for a split second, I almost convinced myself it was coming from outside. But when I asked my landlord about it the next morning, his face went pale. He told me, very firmly, that no children had ever lived in our building. Something about his reaction kept me up the following night, straining to hear the faintest sound. The crying came again, always at 2:17 a.m., creeping up through the metal grates like a draft. I pressed my ear to the vent, whispering, "Are you okay?" The sound paused, then intensified, as if the baby knew I was listening. I knocked on my neighbors' doors, but nobody else heard it. Some even laughed, saying I probably needed more sleep, but I started noticing other odd things, tiny handprints in the dust near the vents, and a lingering scent of powder whenever the crying stopped. Determined to prove I wasn't losing my mind, I slid my phone into the vent with the flashlight on and pressed record. The footage showed only darkness, but the audio picked up a lullaby, one I hadn't heard since my own childhood. That night, the crying changed. It sounded older, more urgent, like a child calling for someone they once knew. I confronted the landlord again, demanding answers, but he just shook his head and muttered, "We don't talk about 2C." Unable to sleep, I researched the building's history. Apartment 2C burned down decades ago, the family inside never found. I live in 2B, right next door. As I replayed the recording, I heard my own name, whispered with longing through the static. The vents rattled, and from the darkness, a small, soot-stained hand reached through, clutching at the only person who could finally hear it.